Hi guys, today I'm going to Job 31 to 36, Proverbs 15, and Psalm 20. Let's get started. I've made a covenant with my eyes. How then could I gaze at virtue? What would be my portion from God above, and my heritage from the Almighty on high? Is not calamity for the unrighteous, and disaster for the workers of iniquity? Does he not see my ways and number all my steps? If I have walked in with falsehood, and my foot has hastened to deceive, and if my step has turned aside from the way, and if my heart has gone after my eye, and if any spot has stuck to my hands, then let me sow, and another eat. Let what grows from me be rooted out. If my heart has been enticed toward a woman, and I have lain in wait at my neighbour's door, then let my wife grind for another, and let others bow down on her. For that would be a heinous crime, and that would be an iniquity to be punished by the judge. For that would be a fire that consumes as far as the bad, and it would burn to the root all my enemies. If I rejected the cause of my manservant or my maidservant when they brought a complaint against me, what then shall I do when God rises up? When he makes inquiry, what shall I answer him? Did not he who made me in the womb make him, and did not one fashion us in the womb? If I have withheld anything that the poor desire, who have caused the eyes of the widow to fail, who have eaten my morsel, and the fatherless has not eaten of it. If I have seen anyone perish for lack of cloth needed without covering, if his body is not bless me, and if he is not warmed with the fleece of my sheep, if I have raised my hand against the fatherless because I saw my help in the gate, and let my shoulder blade fall from my shoulder, and let my arm be broken from its socket. I was in terror of calamity from God, and I could not have faced his majesty. If I had made God my trust, or find God my confidence, if I had rejoiced because my wealth was abundant, or because my hand had found much, if I had lifted the sun with shame, or the moon moving in his blood, and my heart has been secretly enticed, and my mouth has kissed my head. If so would be an iniquity to be punished by the judge, or I would have been false to God above. If I have rejoiced at the ruin of those who hated me, or exalted when evil overtook them, if the man of the tent had not said, who is there that is not me, being filled with his meat? If I have concealed my transgression, as others do, hiding my iniquity in my heart, because I stood in great fear of the multitude and the contempt of family terrified me, and know that I kept silence and did not go out of doors. Heard that I want him, heard that had the indictment written by my adversary. Surely I would carry it on my shoulder. I would bind it on me as a crown. I would give him an account of all my steps, and like a prince I would approach him. If my land has cried out against me, and its furrows have wept together, if I have eaten its yield without payment, and made its owners breathe their last, let thorns grow instead of wheat, and foul weeds instead of barley. So these three men ceased to answer Job, because he was righteous in his own eyes. Then Elihu the son of Barachel the Buzite, of the family of Ram, burned with anger. He burned with anger at Job because he justified himself rather than God. He burned with anger at Job's three friends because they found no end, although they had declared Job to be in the wrong. Now Elihu had waited to seek Job because they were older than he. And when Elihu saw that there was no end in the mouth of these men, he burned with anger. And Elihu the son of Barachel the Buzite answered and said, I am young in years and your age, therefore I was too man afraid to declare my opinion to you. I said, let days see and many years teach wisdom. It is in the spirit of man, the breath of the Almighty, that makes them understand. It is not the old who are wise, nor the aged to understand what is right. Therefore I say, listen to me. Let me also declare my opinion. Behold, I waited for your words. I listened for your wise saying, while you searched out what to say. I gave you my attention, and behold, there was none among you who refuted Job, or who answered his words. Beware lest you say, we have found wisdom. God may vanquish, and God may. He has not directed his words from against me, and I will not answer him with their speeches. They are dismayed, they answered no more. They have not a word to say, and shall I wait, because they do not speak, and because they stand there and answer no more. I also will answer with my share. I also will declare my opinion, for I am full of words, but the spirit within me constrains me. My belly is like wine that has no vent, like new wineskins ready to burst. I must speak, that I may find relief. I must open my lips and answer. I will not show partiality to any man, or use flattery toward any person, for I do not know how to flatter, or else my Maker would soon take me away. But now hear my speech, O Job, and listen to all my words. Behold, I open my mouth. The tongue in my mouth speaks, and my words declare the uprightness of my heart. And while my lips now they speak sincerely, the Spirit of God has made me, and the breath of the Almighty gives me life. Answer me if you can. Set your words in order before me. Take a step. Behold, I am toward God as you are. I too was pinched off from a piece of clay. No, no fear of me need terrify. My pressure will not be heavy upon you. Surely you have spoken in my ears, and I have heard the sound of your words. When you say, I am pure without transgression, I am clean, there is no iniquity in me. Behold, he finds occasions against me, he counts me as his enemy. And he puts my feet in the stocks and watches on my path. Behold, in this you are not aware as you, for God is greater than you. God is greater than men. Why do you contend against him, saying he will answer none of man's words? For God speaks in one way, and in two, though man does not perceive it. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falls on men, or they slumber on their beds, and then he opens the ears of men and terrifies them with a warning. And he may turn man aside from his deed and conceal pride from man. He keeps back his soul from the pit and his life from perishing by the sword. Man is also rebuked with pain on his bed and with continual strife in his bones. So that his life lows breath, and his appetite the choicest food. His flesh is so wasted away that it cannot be seen, and his life that will not see is taken. His soul draws near near the pit, and his life to those who bring death. If there be for him an angel, a mediator, 1,000, to declare to man what is right for him, and he is merciful to him and said, deliver him from going down into the pit. They have found a ransom, let his flesh become fresh with youth. And let him return to the days of his youthful vigor. And man prays to God, and he accepts him. He sees his face with a shout of joy, and he restores to man his righteousness. He sins before men and says, I sinned and perverted what was right, and it was not repaid to me. And he has redeemed my soul from going down into the pit, and my life shall look upon the light. Behold, God does all these things twice, 3 times with a man, to bring back his soul from the pit, that he may be lighted with the light of life. Pay attention, Job, listen to me, be silent, and ask me. If you have any words, answer me, speak, for I desire to justify you. If not, listen to me, be silent, and I will teach you wisdom. And then Elihu answered and said, hear my words, you wise men, and give ear to me, you who know. For the ear tests words, as the palate tastes food. And let us choose what is right. Let's know among ourselves what is good. For your job is that I am in the right, and God has taken away my right. In spite of my right, I am counted a lie. My wound is incurable. So I am without transgression. No man is like Job, who drinks up scoffing like water, who travels in company with evildoers and walks with wicked men. For he said, it profits a man nothing that he should take delight in God. Therefore hear me, who men of understanding. Far be it from me, God, that he should do wickedness, and from the Almighty that he should do wrong. For according to the work of a man, he will repay him, and according to his ways, he will make it before. And for truth, God will not do wickedly, and the Almighty will not pervert justice. He gave him charge over the earth, and who laid on him the whole world? If he should set his heart to it, and gather to himself his spirit and his breath, all flesh would perish together, and man would return to dust. If you have understanding, hear this, and listen to what I say. Shall one who hates justice govern? Will you condemn him who is righteous and mighty? Who says to a king, worthless man, and to nobles, wicked men? Wicked man, who shows no partiality to princes, nor regards the rich more than the poor. But they are all the work of his hands, and in a moment they die. At midnight the people are shaken and pass away, and the mighty are taken away by no human hand. For his eyes are on the ways of a man, and he sees all his steps. There is no gloom or deep darkness where evildoers may hide themselves. But God has no need to consider man further, that he should go before God in judgment. He shadows the mighty without investigation, and sets others in their place. Thus, knowing their works, he overturns them in the night, and they are crushed. He strikes them for their wickedness, in a place for all to see. Because he turned aside from following him, and had no regard for any of his ways, that they caused the cry of the poor to come to him. And he hears the cry of the afflicted. When he is quiet, who can condemn? And he hides his face, who can behold him? Whether it be a nation or a man, that a godless man should not reign. He should not ensnare the people. For has anyone said to God, I have borne punishment, I will offend no more. I will not offend any more. Teach me what I do not see. If I have done iniquity, I will do it no more. Will he then make repayment to suit you, because you reject it? You must choose, and not I. Therefore declare what you know. Men of understanding will say to me, and the wise man who hears me will say, Job speaks without knowledge, his words are without insight. That Job would try to the end, because he answers like wicked men. He adds rebellion to his sin. He claps his hand among us and multiplies his words against God. And Eliot answered and said, Do you think this to be just? And you say, Here's my right before God. You ask, What advantage have I? But how am I better off than if I had sinned? I will answer you, and your friends with you. Look at the heavens and see, and behold the clouds, which are higher than you. If you have sinned, what do you accomplish against him? And if your transgressions are multiplied, what do you do to him? If you are righteous, what do you give to him? Or what does he receive from your hand? Your wickedness concerns a man like yourself, and your righteousness is the son of a man. Because of the multitude of oppressions, people cry out, and they call for help because of the arm of the mighty. And none says, Where is the God my maker, who gives songs in the night, who teaches the poor than the beasts of the earth, and makes us wiser than birds of the heavens? And they cry out, but he does not answer. As the pride of evil man, surely God does not hear an empty cry, nor does the Almighty regard. How much less when you say that you do not see, that the case is beforehand that you are waiting for. And now, because his anger does not punish them, and he does not take much note of transgression, Job opens his mouth in empty talk. He multiplies words without knowledge. And Eliot continued and said, Bear with me a little, and I will show you. I have yet to say on God's behalf. And I will get my knowledge from afar, and ascribe my righteousness to my Maker. But truly my words are not false. One who is perfect in knowledge is with you. God is mighty and does not despise it. He is mighty in strength and of understanding. He does not keep the wicked alive, but gives the afflicted their right. He did not withdraw his eye from the righteous. And with kings on the throne, and he sets them forever, and they exalt him. And if they abandon chains and caught in the cause of affliction, and then he declares to them their work, and their transgressions, that they are behaving arrogantly. He opens their ears to instruction, and commands that they return from iniquity. If they listen and serve him, they complete their days in prosperity, and their years in pleasantness. But if they do not listen, they perish by the sword and die without a knowledge. They are godless and hard cherished together. They do not cry for help when he binds them. They die in youth, and their life ends among this cult prostitutes. He delivers the afflicted by their affliction, and opens their ear by adversity. He hears their loyalty out of distress, into a broad place where there was no grappling. And what was set on your table was full of fatness. But you are full of the judgment of the wicked, on the wicked. Judgment and justice seize you. Beware lest wrath entice you into scoffing, and let not the greatness of the ransom turn you aside. Will you cry for help to keep avail to keep you from distress, or all the force of your strength? Do not long for the night, when people is banished in their place. Take care, do not turn to iniquity, for this you have chosen rather than affliction. Your God is exalted in his power. Who is a teacher like you? Who has prescribed for him his way, or who can say you have done wrong? Remember to extol his work, of which men are son. All mankind have looked on it. Man beholds it from afar. Your God is great, and we know not. The number of his years is unsearchable. He just draws up the drops of water, and it is as still as mist and rain, which the skies pour down, and drop on mankind abundantly. He may not understand the spreading of the clouds, the thunderings of his pavilion. Behold, he scatters his lightning about, and covers the roots of the sea. For the bindings he judges peoples. He gives food in abundance. He covers his hands with the lightning, and commands it to strike them off. His crushing declares his presence, and the cattle also declare that he rises. Proverbs 15. A soft answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger. The tongue of the wise commits knowledge, but the mouth of fools turns a pour out folly. The eyes of the Lord are in every place, keeping watch on the evil and the good. A gentle tongue is the tree of life, but perverseness in it breaks the spirit. A fool despises his father's instruction, but whoever heeds reproof is prudent. In the house of the righteous there is much treasure, but trouble befalls the income of the wicked. The lips of the wise spread knowledge, not so the hearts of fools. The sacrifice of the wicked is an abomination to the Lord, but the prayer of the right is acceptable to him. The way of the wicked is an abomination to the Lord. He loves him who pursues righteousness. He has severe discipline for him who forsakes the way. Whoever hates reproof will die. Hell and abandon lie open before the Lord. How much more the hearts of the children of men? A scoffer does not like to be reproved. He will not go to the one. The glad heart makes a cheerful face, but by sorrow of heart the spirit is crushed. Now to him who is understanding seeks knowledge, but the mass of fools feed on folly. All the days of the afflicted are evil, but the cheerful of heart has a continual faith. There is little with the fear of the Lord than great treasure and trouble with it. It is the dinner for herbs, and where love is, then fat ox and hatred with it. Hot-tempered man stirs the strife, but he who is slow to anger quiets contention. The way of the sluggard is like a hedge of thorns, but the path of the upright is a level highway. And why son meets the glad father? A foolish man despises his mother. Folly is a joy to him who lacks sense, but a man of understanding walks straight ahead. Without counsel plans fail, but with many advices they succeed. make an apt answer is a joy to a man, and avoidance season how good it is. The path of life leads upward for the prudent, that he may turn away from trouble beneath. The Lord tests down the house of the proud, and it maintains the order's boundaries. The thoughts of the wicked are an abomination to the Lord. The gracious words are pure. Whoever is greedy for unjust gain troubles his own house, but he who hates bribes will live. The heart of the righteous ponders how to answer, but the mouth of the wicked pours out evil things. The Lord is far from the wicked, but he hears the prayer of the righteous. The light of the eyes rejoices the heart, and goodness refreshes the bones. The ear that listens to life, giving reproof, will dwell among the wise. And whoever ignores instruction despises himself, but he who listens to reproof gains intelligence. Fear of the Lord is instruction and wisdom, and humility comes before honor. Psalm 20. May the Lord answer you in the day of trouble. May the name of the God of Jacob protect you. May he send you help from the sanctuary and give you support from Zion. May you remember all your offerings and regard with favor your burnt sacrifices. May he grant you your heart's desire and fulfill all your plans. May we shout for joy over your salvation. In the name of our God, set up in our banners. May the Lord fulfill all your petitions. Now I know that the Lord saves his anointed. He will answer him from his holy heaven with the saving might of his right hand. Some trust in chariots and some in horses, but we trust in the name of the Lord our God. They collapse and fall, but we rise and stand upright. O Lord, save the king. May he answer us when we call. Now that it's done, I shall now into the Lord's prayer. Raise by our hands, our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread. Forgive us our debts, as we have forgiven our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. For yours is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. See you tomorrow. Bye.